Hey students, and today that we are going to talk about the very latest technology that is being practiced and being adopted by an extension discipline, that is a participatory rural appraisal technology that we are going to discuss. And in this part that we try to see why the people participatory rural appraisal is most important, what are the different type of genesis of this participatory rural appraisal, and we try to visualize what are the different type of tools that is being practiced. In this we try to get some of the examples that is being practiced all over India. So that if you want to see the participatory rural appraisal technology, there was a very great debate on this particular aspect, whether it is a methodology or is a process or is a tool, and even Indian Society of Extension Education, once they have conducted, whether it is a process or tool or whatever it may be. And after that we can say, based on the situation, we can call it as an approach, or it is a methodology, or we can call it as a tools that is used for extension research. If you want to see, that is more than 64 tools are available in participatory rural appraisal, and we are not going to see all the 64 tools, but even then we try to see the important tools related with the PRA methodology. And when we talk about the PRA, the genesis of PRA is something different. The previously it was a rapid rural appraisal. We all know we want to assess some of the field situation in a rapid phase for some research purpose or inquiry purpose. In that context, we want to have a quick appraisal method. So what happened, people want to assess the villages, we want to have the people access, we want to collect lot number of information. So that thing that Robert Chamber, that was origin of rapid rural appraisal 1980s. So they have conducted a series of lessons and discussion, and they have conducted some lot number of training with this aspect. So after that, the rapid rural appraisal technology has been transformed into PRA, we all know, because after 1990 there was a buzzword, the participation, for anything. Suppose if you want to have the access or the people's involvement, that everything is okay. So in that context, the rapid rural appraisal concept has been changed into participatory rural appraisal. And why we want to have these people's participation? Because all the development program that happens in the previous years, we know that the people's participation is not there. That's the main reason that programs are not successful. And after sometimes we want to assure the people's participation is one of the important thing. And when we say the people's participation, definitely that we are having some sort of advantages. Naturally, the efficiency of these things has to be more, the people's participation, and the effectiveness, how best people, okay, repeat. Advantages of people participation that we all know. If we want to have the people's participation in the process, our entire function or entire program will be successful. So we want to assure the people's participation mainly because of efficiency, effectiveness, and self-reliance. The most important thing is self-reliance. You all know the people, when they are not owning their own program, there is a possibility that a failure of that particular program. So self-reliance and coverage and sustainability. So these are all the advantages of people participation, and because of this we want to assure the people's participation in this process. When we are coming to the PRA process itself, is a growing method, as a growing body of method to enable local people participation. That is the most important thing. We want to assure the people's participation. If we are assuring the people's participation, we are 100% sure our program will be successful. So in this context, we want to have, we are enabling the local people, because whatever it may be the type of program, if we want to assess the people's involvement in the local program, that program will be successful. So we want to know that enhance their knowledge, their skill, their ability. In this process, we want to improve the people's participation. So that is a major success of the PRA process. When it comes to this PRA process, there are a lot number of tools available with that process. That is, when we talking about this tool, is actually learning from the farmers. We are learning from the farmers, and we are learning from the community, and we, with the help of the community people, we investigate, we analyze, and we evaluate the situation. We analyze their local problems. Then only that we are able to get the problem from the horse mouth, right? So that we want to plan exactly what the different type of things. The transformation of RRA and PRA, that is only with the mode, in which mode that this RRA and PRA, I already told you, the rapid rural appraisal was the beginning of this particular concept, and after some time we want to assure or ensure the people's participation. So, in this people's participation we want to have, the mode as is shifting from rapid to PRA. So, when coming out this finding out elicitive and the responsive method, the outsider role is a more important thing PRA. The PRA process, we are not, we are only facilitators. Normally we used to say we are only facilitators, we are enablers, and the actual entire process will be carried out by the local people. So, now what is happening in this process? The information owned analysis used by the outsiders with the help of local people. Otherwise, what will happen? If we go for a data collection method, we go to the field and we collect the information, and many of the times you will not be able to get the local prioritization. But when it comes to the PRA process, with the help of people that we try to have the local people's involvement, that is why we are able to do the analysis on this one. So, method mainly used in PRA is with the help of people that we try to go for this one. And there are a lot of examples that we can say in a different type of places. I already told you the initial type of training, it was held in TNA Coimbatore. The PRA, the real person who developed this PRA concept, Robert Chambers from UK, he came over here and he conducted the training program. I am privileged because I was the one that attended the training on this particular context. And after some times, whatever may be the developmental activities, the government as well as university, they want to give emphasis on the PRA process, whatever it may be. Even for our agricultural students, we used to have the PRA process, that is a one part of this particular analysis. In that, what will happen, the people will go to the village and they conduct the survey. And when we saying the PRA, we cannot say it's a survey method, it's a PRA method. Go to the people and we try to analyze what is the problem and prioritizing it, and we try to get the solution from the farmers. So, that is a major advantage of this PRA process. And when it comes to the different type of tools, I already told you, there are a lot number of tools, more than 64 type of tools are there. Some of the things are related with the time related one, and something is space related, and something is related with the area. And when we are going for a PRA, there is normally we used to say, the requirement of PRA, what are the things required. Normally very interesting thing happens in my life when as a part of Atma and extension reform, that I have instructed the concerned officials to go for PRA. So, you equip yourself with the PRA kit, and immediately they are asking, sir, what are the things that we can include in the PRA kit. The most important thing, suppose we are used to have local involvement of people, there is lot of things that we have to make it locally. And normally the advantage of PRA is what are the things available locally, we try to use it. Suppose we are going for a PRA method, what are things available? Say maybe a 10 small coconut buds, or sometimes a small different type of leaves, or different color flowers, or whatever things locally available, we mobilize it, and with that we used to draw the pictures and all. And as a team of PRA people, is a group of people is there, one person has to mediate, and one person has to record entire thing, and one person support the facilitator, and 2 or 3 observers. So, that is a thing required, because now we are moving in the as a unit, multidisciplinary unit, to the villages, to the rural people setting, and we find this one. And the application of PRA, when comes to that, I will come to the PRA tools later part of it. When comes to the application part, it has a wide range of application, starting from natural resource management, the agricultural development activity, poverty and livelihood activity, and even adult education, participatory monitoring, what not. We can put the array of advantages or the areas in which we can use it. Yeah, when it comes to the tools of PRA, I told you we have lot number of tools, but we restrict ourselves with a very common tool used by many of the people or many of the agencies. When we say about the PRA method, we can classify the tool into space related, that is over area, and time related, that is over a time period, and the third one is related to the relation method. Likewise, we can classify the entire PRA tools in the 3 categories. When comes to the age, space related, that is over locality. First, immediately after going to the particular PRA team in a village or in a social system, we try to want to assess what is the natural phenomena, what is the type of things, common observation. We want to observe. The most important tool in PRA is a transect walk. Transect walk is nothing but we are going to the particular social system and we are moving in a particular direction. with a group of people. The most important thing while going for a transact, you keep open all your senses, because is a very short period already that we have shown is a rapid appraisal tool. So in this process what we have to do is we have to observe all the people, the multidisciplinary team has to observe. While making the walk itself, we can assess what is the type of crop, what is the type of soil condition, what are different animal pattern, what is the cropping pattern, what is the tool farm implements they are using, what is the dairy cows they are using. So likewise observation is the most important thing, that is called transact walk. Then the social map is nothing but we are making a sociological mapping or institution mapping. We are asking the people what are the social institutions, what are the time of institutions in this one. We ask the people to make it in the graph. So that is a social map and the resource map. So this is again what are the different type of resources available in this one. So that all related with the space. When it comes to the time related one, it's very easy. Normally that many of the tools already that we will be using it. For example, suppose we want to make what is the type of crop yield over years, what is the type of crop trend over years. So likewise we can make a trend analysis, what happened over years for rice production or the cotton production or even the pulses production or the milk production, fisheries production, whatever it may be, what is the trend for the last 10 years, what was the trend. We are simply plotting in the trend analysis map. And the timeline, that is another important thing, because while making the resource map, while making these type of things, we want to assess what are the major things that happens in this particular area. That is called timeline. Say for example, we are asking the people when that particular village institution has started up in your institution, in your area, the post office when it was started, the agriculture offices when it was started, the school when it was started, telegraph office, the telephone, post office. Likewise we want to assess the different type of time that is related with the major milestone that happens in that particular village, that is called timeline. So we can block it and we can make it, and it's a chronologically that we can put it in the illustration, that will be the timeline. Then daily activity schedule, it is otherwise called DRD, that is called daily routine diagram. In that way, suppose we are asking farm women and farm men, we are asking two aspects: farm women how they are spending 24 hours at time, farm men how they are spending the 24 hours at time. The major observation what we can make out of it, based on that farm women how much time they are spending for the farm related activities, farm men how much time, when, morning or evening. Because based on this analysis we can make some sort of gender type of analysis we can make use of it, that is with the daily activity schedule. Then relation method, that is how different type of institutions, how the relations are making in this area. The most important thing is Venn diagram, that you all know in mathematics that you studied the Venn diagram. But here the Venn diagram, it was always called Chapati diagram, in the sense when the foreigners they have introduced, because already that we have seen for each and everything that we are using the local resources. In the local resources means suppose we want to assess, we want to make a small circle. So what is the commonly available material in the with the hands of farmers, and normally it was taken in the northern India. So naturally the roti आपके मालूम है ना, हिंदी मालूम है कितने लोग हैं, right? So roti है ना, roti is chapati, it's a round type. So based on that they have taken the chapati and drawn the circle. So that is called Chapati diagram. And what for that we are using the Chapati diagram, in the sense we are visiting an institution, we are visiting a village in which we are visiting lot number of institutions. Say for example, agricultural office is there, animal husbandry office is there, dairy office is there, panchayat office, village office, so many institutions that already that we are plotted on the resource institution map. So in this we want to assess the which institution the peoples are making more contact. Say for example in a village nearby, this is my alumni, the TNA Coimbatore, we used to go for survey in Tondamuthur block. In Tondamuthur block as well as Kanchenjunga block in Delhi village. These are the institutions normally we used to go for practical purpose, in which what happened, we used to go to the village, Tondamuthur block say. So we will be asking the farmers which institution that we are visiting. These people will be telling about that we are frequently visiting Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, right? So that is an institution frequently they are making, what for they are getting a lot of information advices from TNA. Likewise they will be telling that I am going and visiting the village office. Some of the time they will be telling about that I am visiting the primary agricultural cooperative society. So the credit institution. Likewise, they try to go for different institution in which they can make lot number of contact. So based on the institution that we can make the size of the circle. TNA, more number of people are visiting, the size of the circle of the TNA will be, we are putting in a bigger size. If they are visiting village office in a smaller number one, we are putting a size of that one in a smaller one. They are visiting more the dairy office, we are putting comparative size. So the size of the circle decide to what extent people making the contact with that particular village. So that is called Venn diagram. And another one is the pie diagram. So that normally that we used to know the pie diagram and all, and other type of things. Lot of things related with this seasonality diagram. I already told you. What is the type? Say starting from June is the agriculture season. June to next June. We are putting in the 12 is a x-axis, and we try to mark the seasonality. It may be the crop season, or it may be the milk season, or it may be the labor availability. In that way, we try to block which season the farmers are more active, or what is the production of that particular sorghum or soybean, whatever it may be. We plot it under seasonal diagram. So that will give you some sort of idea about the season in which they are making it. And another important thing is wealth ranking. Wealth ranking, that is related to based on their wealth, that is how much amount of money they are having is income. So that is again it will give some sort of idea to have what is the income pattern of the people. So we try to assess. So these are some of the tools, and another important thing is paired wire ranking test. So these are something mainly to assess prioritizing the importance needs of the farmers in the area. They are not able to have a drinking water facility. At the same time they are telling they are not able to get the input, the improved variety, seeds material of that particular one. So which one is more important? Getting drinking water is the most important thing. So we try to prioritize it. We try to assess using the paired rank test. So that is also a lot of things. And likewise, there are so many tools are available, but time being that we are satisfied with these type of tools. But how that we are conducting the PR, that is the very important part of it. We are going to the village, I already told you, and is a enabling process, is a facilitated process. We are going to the village, and we are moving with the farmers, and you should not take a lead role in this process, conduct of the PRA. In the sense, you are going to farmers, initially that we will be asking what is your name and all these things, and you are going for a transact walk. In the process, there is one process called handing over the stick. Normally we used to make everything on the floor. That's why that we have to set a ground for this. We are going for a transact walk. Initially some people will be accompanying you. After some time, a lot number of people will accompany you, having some sort of curiosity. And after that process, we are asking the people to make, you draw the boundary of it, right? And these people will be started drawing. Then immediately that we will be asking, you draw the, where you are standing it, where you are standing it. Then we are asking the people to draw that. You are starting, you have to take a stick, and you are marking this is a place in which that we are making, we are standing. Then we are asking you draw a picture about it, right? You draw a picture outskirt of your area. And these farmers will be, sir, it will begin from there. There is a river here, right? And there is a, so we are standing here, that is a tea shop in which we have started our resource map. Likewise, farmers will be telling, immediately you hand over the stick to the farmers. You ask the farmers to draw outline of your village. So what will happen, in the process, the triangulation, that is a cross-checking of information. One set of farmers are telling, no, the river is in this way. Other farmers, no, it goes to the fifth ward of that particular village. Then you draw. So the triangulation, cross-checking that happens there itself, the first hand itself. So that is the advantage of this PR technology. So what will happen, the farmers will be doing it, and the entire process, the involvement of farmers is very, it is very interesting to observe. Naturally, the facilitator will be moving out, the farmers will take entire scenario, and they try to do the entire process. So by seeing it, slowly, automatically, the extension workers comes out of that arena, and the local people are managing the situation. This is called participation. So after that, what will happen? The entire process is over. In the evening hours, we used to have discussion, focused group discussion, in which we try to tell what are the information that we have collected, and that based on this information, we try to have discussion. In the process, what will happen? The farmers will be astonished to hear some of the information, even these farmers are not able to know that. So many of the occasions that we had a very wonderful experience with our students, and evening hours they used to have a discussion based on the data collected. The farmers who help the people, they come and they listen the seminar. So finally they will tell this is the maximum that we can do, and we try to get lot of information on this one. So this is a major advantage of participatory rural appraisal process. So in the particular session that we have seen what do you mean by participatory rural appraisal process, how the genesis have taken from rapid rural to participatory rural appraisal, the importance of participatory appraisal process, and we have seen different type of tools, and all the tools have advantages and disadvantages. So this is a very good tool that we can use it for data collection, especially nowadays in the extension reform process, Atma and other type of things that we are using invariably, that we are using this particular process. And this is a thing that I want to tell you for this PRA, participatory rural appraisal process. Thank you very much.